What's that? Oink oink oink! It's Pig Nuts, week 4, coming to you live from the pig pen. It is Piggy himself. I'm very hungover. I am very tired, but I have been cursed, and I have to continue to give you Pig Nuts. So here I am. Sorry about last week. I was out of the country, so I couldn't skip today, even if I wanted to, which I did. Anyways, we're going to give you Pig Nuts, and it's going to be a long, hopefully good Pig Nuts. Starting off with the college football roundup, we got James Madison curb stomping the shit out of UNC, 70-50. The over hit in the first quarter, which is unfortunate for me because I had under 48 and a half, 120 points. Wild. Speaking of bets, our bet is still going. Bozo bet of the week is still on. We have a bunch of weird soccer bets and shit happening right now. I don't even know if I think we're still good. Next up, we got the Gators beating Mississippi State 45-28 with the weird QB system that Napier is doing. Napier saves himself for another week. Mississippi State's dog shit. But the Gators look decently good. He's doing that weird thing where he plays Lagway like once every 3 drives. Makes no sense. But anyways, Michigan won 27-24 with a last-second rushing TD. That was a good game. I watched that. Monmouth beat FIU. FIU was 12-point favorites, 45-42. FIU drops to 1-3 under Pitbull's reign. Of course, Pitbull bought the stadium rights and a bunch of other stuff. Hot seat Pitbull. FSU, how about the Knowles? We finally won a game last night. I know that's not cool, but whatever. I was at the game. I was in my box that I paid for a bunch of money. I'm finally happy that there was a win. 14-9 in a barn burner of a game. They still look like dog shit, but good to win. Kind of back. Not back, but not dead for sure. Miami still looks elite, 50-15. Cam Ward's unbelievably good. And lastly, we got Baylor, Colorado. 38-31. Shedeur Sanders, who I've been kind of off for a while. He's a little cocky asshole, so is his dad, and so is the whole family. But just when I'm out, they pull me back in. Shedeur Sanders, Hail Mary in the rain with 0 seconds left. Guy catches it. They go to OT. Travis Hunter, fumble recovery in OT, and then they win the game. Good for Colorado. Good for Shedeur Sanders. Bad for Piggy, but... oh, well. Next up, we got Who's Back? Who's Back? Lovable zoo animals. We've had Shamu. We've had Harambe. Now we have Mudang. Mudang in the house. Baby pygmy hippo at the Thai Zoo. She is super duper cute and is taking the world by storm. She now has her own live stream. I'm sure if you're at all on the internet, you've seen Mudang. Bunch of memes, bunch of amazing content. Now that she has her own live stream, I'm sure soon she'll have her own OnlyFans and her podcast incoming, I'm sure. Will Mudang become another sad case of a child star, or will she rise above it? We shall see. Next up, we got Mossad. Mossad is back, of course. The GOAT intelligence agency. Taking down Hezbollah terrorists one by one with exploding pagers and walkie-talkies all at once around the whole Middle East. Crazy, unbelievably pinpoint accuracy. Killing and injuring hundreds and thousands of Hezbollah terrorists all at once. Kings stay kings. Good for Mossad. Bad for Hezbollah. Bad for AOC, making weird comments about it. AOC not pro-Israel. Good for Mossad, of course. Great for them. Next up, we have RFK scandals. RFK scandals, which seem to be coming out every day. The guy is, what a madman. What a stupid political world we live in. But RFK news comes out that at one time he had 43 mistresses in his cell phone at one time, including his now wife, Cheryl Hines. This is after the Whalehead incident and the dead bear in the park incident. The Kennedys, of course, stay piping everybody on the low. KFJ Jr., the president, KFJ Jr., used to, have an affair with Marilyn Monroe, which was pretty cool. This is less cool, of course, but he's way less cool than JFK, of course. So now New York Magazine journalist Olivia Nuzzi has been placed on leave for an affair recently with RFK. Cheryl Hines just keeps taking it on the chin. Crazy to stay with him. RFK's second wife died of suicide, which I clearly get. He uses the name Robert Strong as his pseudonym alias while traveling to have these affairs. And he had all 43 women in his phone under a list labeled G, which they believe is short for Gumar, Italian for mistress. What a weird, crazy man he is. Next on Who's Back, we got Fall. Fall is back. Today is Sunday, September 22nd, which marks the first day of fall. So get out your cozy sweaters, light a scented candle, grab a pumpkin spice latte, and put on the first episode of Gilmore Girls. We are back. Shout out Robin and her mom and everyone else who celebrates Gilmore Girls in fall. Next up, we got Shohei Ohtani. First guy ever with the 50-50 club, first member, home runs and steals, 50 home runs, 50 steals. Played the Marlins over the weekend, and truthfully, the Marlins were throwing him cupcakes. They wanted him to break into the stadium because they're a pathetic franchise. 6 for 6, 3 home runs, 2 steals, like 11 RBIs. Still unbelievable. And the guy's also an amazing Cy Young pitcher. Like, he's a robot. Good for Shohei Ohtani. Who's dead? We got Mercury Morris. Sad news came out last night. Mercury Morris, the electric running back from the 1972 Dolphins, died at 77. Also was in prison for a while for cocaine trafficking, but mainly known as the electric running back from the 1972 Dolphins. RIP to him. Another 72 Dolphin dead. Not many of them left. Hopefully the Dolphins win one for Mercury today. Next up on Who's Dead, we got jabs, or as the libs like to call them, vaccinations. They, of course, are a hot topic now, as they always are. So Big Pharma is pivoting, like Big Tobacco, from cigarettes to Zyn packages. From flu vaccines to flu nasal sprays. You can take it home. So you can take your flu vaccine at home as a nasal spray. Love that. May try that. I think everybody would rather do that, of course. Next on Who's Dead, we have the Woj Shams rivalry with Woj Bombs. No more Woj Bombs. He's retired to go be a GM at St. Bonaventure. He said it was just too much doing Woj Bombs. I hear him. Doing Pig and Hippos sucks too. So maybe I'll go be a GM somewhere. Sad to see the rivalry. They both tried to break news before the other person. Now maybe Shams will rivalry with Brian Windhorst, maybe Windy up. Now that there's no Woj, it's kind of like the two hot dog guys, Chestnut and the Chinese guy, whatever his, I forgot his name. Doesn't matter. Rivalry's dead. It's over. Windy up maybe. Next, we got Diddy. Bad boy for life Diddy. We should have listened to him when he said it. He's been arrested September 16th for sex trafficking and racketeering. We've been hearing rumors that he was going to get arrested. Finally, he did. Surprisingly, right after the second assassination attempt on Trump. Not saying that they're trying to hide the ball. Not saying they're trying to get our eyes off of it by arresting Diddy. But that's just what I'm hearing from alt-right news, which I dabble in. Sex trafficking and racketeering. Of course, we saw that he dragged Cassie through the hotel hallway. We know he's a bad, horrible guy, but now we learn, which is crazy. These guys are like super professional telling you like about the charges, and they're like, we've learned that Diddy had freak offs at his house, and they found 1,000 bottles of baby oil. What a crazy, disgusting man he is. And supposedly these freak offs are just like huge sex parties with guys fucking guys and girls and boys and girls and animals. Horrible, terrible, weird things are happening at these freak offs that last for days on end. And they have to like stay hydrated and get IVs. Diddy's giving people IVs to like get back into the freak off. Really weird, crazy stuff. Makes you think that nobody who was in these freak offs wants this to come out. Diddy's on suicide watch, kind of getting Epstein-y vibes. Not sure he makes it to trial. Think that he may slip and fall and break his neck in jail. That's just my opinion. Also makes you think about Kim Porter, who died a couple years back. Maybe she knew too much. Not a good look for J-Lo. Ben Affleck may have dodged a bullet by re-breaking up with her. Usher deleted his whole Twitter. Not good for him. He was definitely at the freak-offs. So was Meek Mill, who continues to take L after L for Meek Mill. Super gay stuff happening. Not that there's anything wrong with that, except for all the trafficking and the underage sex and the rape and all the other stuff. But the gay stuff, not that there's anything wrong with that if it's consensual, but it seems it wasn't. Also, you feel bad for Justin Bieber. Now you kind of feel like weird stuff happened with him. That's all I got on Diddy. Let's see what happens with that. Next up, on Who's Dead, we have Republican Party in North Carolina. The Republican Party in North Carolina. Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson, a Holocaust denier who calls gay people maggots, said trans people should go to the bathroom outside, found to have written on porn sites, he is a black Nazi. Hitler is better than Obama. He spies on girls in public bathrooms, loves trans porn, says he's a perv, said slavery is not bad, says he wishes he could join the KKK, called MLK a phony, commenting on porn sites is ridiculously weird. Whenever you're there, not saying you are or you aren't, but hypothetically you're there, you look, there's a ton of comments, very weird stuff. Who's sitting there commenting, like before or after commenting stuff? He's one of those guys. Also, it's hilarious when all these Republicans that say that they're, I hate gays, turns out they're gay. I don't like trans people, turns out they love trans people. He's also on Ashley Madison. They found that he's on Ashley Madison, which is that website where you cheat on your husband and your wife, or you go and you try to have an affair. On Duolingo came out and said he was learning German. Very weird. Will it cost Trump North Carolina? Looking like it may fuck him up in North Carolina. Not a good look for Trump. Weird that this guy's the lieutenant governor. Can't they just like say you can't be the lieutenant governor anymore? Clearly, I don't know. Weird political landscape right now is a shit show. Who's not back but not dead? Bryce Young. Bryce Young is not back but not dead. He's benched for Andy Dalton, the former number one pick in his second season. Is benched. He's played horrific. He looks horrific. He's a tiny midget. Panthers are also super duper bad. David Tepper, whatever his name, stinks. He's horrendous. The franchise is horrible. He was going to be on the dead list. He's on the not back but not dead list because you saw what happened with Sam Darnold. You saw what happened with Baker Mayfield. They were both on the Panthers. Maybe he goes somewhere else and rises like a phoenix. For now, he's not back but not dead. Also, Tyrese Maxey stole his girlfriend, Myra Gordon. Not back but not dead, but kind of dead. But not back but not dead. Lastly, on who's not back but not dead, we have Janet Jackson. Janet Jackson. That's a blast from the past who you haven't heard in a while. And she does an interview with The Guardian and says that she's heard Kamala is not black, that she's Indian. We've heard this, of course. Clearly, she's reading a bunch of like Reddit and 4chan stuff. Says that her father is white, which is not true at all. Weird coming from the Jackson family, kind of calling the kettle white, of course, with the MJ black white stuff. Not really your place to comment on that kind of stuff, in my opinion, but good to hear from Jen Jackson. Happy that she's alive, I guess. Lastly, show of the week, I guess, the Aaron Hernandez thing on Hulu. I have not started watching it yet, but I'm excited to do so. Bets of the week. I'm trying to push through this for you guys. Bets of the week. I like the Panthers plus 5.5. I love when they switch quarterbacks. That's always nice. I'm gonna go into the Dolphins too, but Panthers plus 5.5. I like Andy Dalton much more than I like Bryce Young at this point. I think they get a little boost here. They're playing the Raiders. The Raiders have been playing fine. They're at home, I know. But Panthers get on the road. They're 0-2. Andy Dalton gives them a boost. I like money line, but I definitely like plus 5.5. Dolphins plus 4 against the Seahawks. I think that Skylar Thompson plays fine. I think the Dolphins play fine. I like this game. I like at least a field goal. I like that. And then give me the Falcons plus 3 at home against the Chiefs. The Falcons last week they beat they beat someone good. The Eagles. They beat the Eagles. Sorry, Kaufman. And it's Arthur Blank putting himself into the Falcons Hall of Fame. He's giving everyone free hot dogs. He's giving everyone free popcorn. And I think like a drink or something. The vibes are immaculate in the stadium today with Arthur Blank getting inducted. I like the Falcons to pull it off. I also think the Chiefs are not playing that good. They're in that weird like early season not playing well thing. Also weird. There's 2 Panthers games today, 1 at 2 p.m. and 1 at 6 p.m. I have no idea what that is. Is it NHL season? Is that how NHL works? That's weird. Anyways, that's all I got. Pig nuts over and out.